Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 639 for December 1 through 15, 2023. A harmoniously aspected Mercury Retrograde and a hodgepodge Sagittarius New Moon highlight the first half of December. We also have Neptune turning direct, a peaking Venus-Pluto-Lunar Nodes T-Square, and more. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology in your preferred app, and if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. As of December 1st, the moon is waning, 4 slower planets are retrograde, and we have 2 continuing aspect patterns. See details and links to all this in the show notes. So let's get into it. On Friday, December 1st, all of Venus's opportunities are supercharged, thanks to a T-square with Venus, Pluto, and the lunar nodes. This hard aspect pattern started on November 24th, peaks today on December 1st, and ends on December 7th. Take a close look at your important relationships. Can you make time to be more honest and vulnerable in the safe and healthy relationships you can trust? Can you release toxic relationships or at least minimize contact with those who have a consistently negative impact on you? And what about those relationships that are a mixed bag of positive and negative energies? Is the potential upside worth the time and energy it would take to try to heal them? Or are your energies better directed elsewhere for now? For a great relationship healing system, check out Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life, Life-Changing Tools for Healthy Relationships by Marshall Rosenberg. That's linked in the show notes. Venus also represents creativity. Pluto can supercharge Venus's artistic aspirations, and Venus's conjunction to the South Node, the storehouse of latent talents, can help you explore new creative directions. Finally, Venus represents money, while Pluto represents wealth. This indicates both financial opportunity and risk. Pluto can represent feast or famine, so exercise due diligence with any significant financial decisions or investments. What about those lunar nodes? They're the axis of life purpose. So whatever you do regarding relationship, creativity, or finance, try to align your actions with the reason you were born. The next significant astrology event is on Wednesday, December 6th, when Neptune turns direct at 8:22 a.m. EST. That's right about 25 degrees Pisces. The mystical planet turned retrograde over 5 months ago on June 30th. That was around 27 degrees Pisces. It's a great time to start integrating its highest potentials into your life. How's the state of your embodied awakening? How much inspired creativity are you receiving, and how much of it are you manifesting into the physical world? This could be artistic inspiration or fresh ideas in any area of your life. How much of each day are you living in the zone? And how actively are you working with dream interpretation or conscious dreaming? Like all planets, Neptune has a more challenging side. Are you struggling with addiction or substance abuse, excessive escapism, aimless drifting? Are there relationships in which you're acting as a victim or martyr? The standard strategy with an astrology archetype is to focus on its higher potentials. Usually, doing this leaves less energy for its lower manifestations. But Neptune's low side can be tricky, so be sure to reach out for help if you need it. Planets are most powerful when they change directions. Check your horoscope for sensitive natal points that Neptune is energizing. That's anything between 22 and 28 degrees of the mutable signs. Those are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. As a transiting planet, Neptune can highlight what you'd be wise to release or transform. You'll know because Neptune will give you a disinterested or apathetic feeling toward it. But Neptune will give something a thumbs up by flowing insights or fresh energy. You can also consciously harness Neptune's visualization power for law of attraction manifestation work, and I'll put a link to my law of attraction post in the show notes. On Saturday, December 9th, opportunities and challenges in your relationships, creativity, and finances can be magnified as Venus opposes Jupiter. Venus 6 Scorpio, Jupiter 6 Taurus. With Venus in Scorpio, be a detective investigating your own life and take an honest, unflinching look at these areas. The difficulties in troubled relationships can be stoked, while the joy of positive partnerships can be amplified. Creativity can be potently energized. There can also be financial good fortune, but be sure to carefully vet your opportunities. I'll be right back with that hodgepodge Sagittarius New Moon and that harmoniously aspected Mercury retrograde after this brief message. The title of my #1 best-selling book says exactly how it can help. It's called Instant Divine Assistance, your complete guide to fast and easy spiritual awakening, healing, and more. Who on your holiday shopping list might have their lives wonderfully transformed if they got this as a gift? You can get the audiobook free on Audible if you aren't yet an Audible subscriber, and you can get the ebook, paperback, or hardcover on Amazon for as little as $3.99. Plus, it's included in Kindle Unlimited. Click the link in the show notes to check it out. All right, back to the forecast. On Tuesday, December 12th, a new moon lines up at 6:32 p.m. EST, 21 degrees Sagittarius. Any Sagittarius new moon energizes a wide variety of opportunities, including pursuing higher education, formal or self-guided as a student, acting as a professor, philosopher, guru, or other wisdom giver, exploring foreign cultures and countries, delving into religion, philosophy, and the meaning of life, embarking on quests and adventures, reveling in celebration, euphoria, and enthusiasm. Be careful not to overextend yourself or become convinced that you have the one true way. This new moon has a hodgepodge of aspects that open up a variety of opportunities. A loose Mars conjunction can energize your activities as a warrior, pioneer, sexual being, or entrepreneur. It can also add fire and enthusiasm to any of your new moon goals. A tight quintile with Piscean Saturn can magically energize embodied awakening and law of attraction manifestation. A strong Juno square could challenge any type of committed partnership. With Juno in Virgo, be sure that the relationship is truly serving you both. This Virgo energy also supports any needed relationship healing. As I mentioned earlier, Marshall Rosenberg's nonviolent communication method can be very helpful for this. A medium-strength Neptune square could tempt you with this planet's lower expressions. These include, as I mentioned earlier in this podcast, substance abuse and addiction, excessive escapism, aimless drifting, or playing the victim. See if you can activate Neptune's high side instead. This includes spiritual awakening practices, expressing your inspired creativity, and operating in the zone. A moderately strong trine with Chiron harmoniously supports healing and sage counsel, whether you're the giver or the recipient. This smooth aspect can also support any shadow work you're doing to heal old traumas. A tight Jupiter sesquare, that's 135 degrees, reinforces the Sagittarius themes already mentioned. Finally, a tight Uranus quincunx invites you to make whatever adjustments would help you embody and express your authentic self. You can also pay more attention to your intuitive hits and serve others using your special talents you most love to use. On Wednesday, December 13th, Mercury turns retrograde at 2:09 a.m. EST. That's at 8.5 Capricorn. The Winged Messenger will turn direct again on New Year's Day at 10:08 p.m. EST at 22 degrees Sagittarius. As always, Mercury retrograde is better used for reflection than new action, although it's a great time for repairs and completing what you've already started. If possible, delay major purchases and contract signings until Mercury is direct. Travel and communication may be more challenging than usual, so double-check your arrangements. Take care that you clearly understand what you're being told and are being properly understood. Back up important data. Signs. Mercury backpedals through Capricorn through December 22nd, then spends the rest of its retrograde in Sagittarius. While Mercury's in Capricorn, reflect on how well you're embodying maturity and wisdom. Are you doing good planning and implementation and using your time efficiently? How's your work-life balance? After Mercury enters Sagittarius on December 23rd, it'll be timely to ponder all the Sagittarius themes I already discussed in my new moon forecast. Aspects. Fortunately, most of Mercury's aspects as it turns retrograde are harmonious. In fact, Mercury makes soft aspects to the classic benefics, Jupiter and Venus, both considered fortunate in ancient astrology. A moderately strong Jupiter trine offers lots of themes for you to contemplate while Mercury is retrograde. These are the same as the Sagittarius themes I list in my new moon interpretation, so I won't repeat them here. There's a sextile between Mercury and two planets, Venus and Pallas Athena, who are almost exactly conjunct. This invites you to reflect strategically on your relationships, creativity, and finances. Are there circumstances in those areas that would benefit from negotiation or mediation? Finally, Mercury and Chiron share a loose square. Is there any healing work you'd be well advised to do, or any wisdom you should give or receive? On December 13 and 15, Wednesday and Friday, Mars rounds out the first half of December with two aspects, a Mars-Pluto square, that's Mars, 14 Sagittarius, Pluto, 29 Capricorn, and a Mars-Chiron trine, Mars, 16 Sagittarius, Chiron, 16 Aries. Even with a minor hard aspect between Mars and Pluto, Mars is still the just-do-it planet. He chomps at the bit to take immediate action, while powerhouse Pluto dangles the keys to wealth and power. This potent aspect doesn't guarantee success, since Pluto can bring feast or famine. Exercise due diligence and appropriate caution. So much power must be managed mindfully, or it could go off the rails and manifest as impulsiveness, cruelty, or violence. This is especially true with fiery Mars and expansive Sagittarius. This also emphasizes your Mars opportunities: warrior, pioneer, entrepreneur, and sexual being. Pluto rules unhealed emotional trauma, which Mars can trigger, so have a good shadow work technique ready. Thousands have benefited from my free healing invocation, which can make healing quick and easy by delegating it to your higher self. There's a link to that in the show notes. And if you're watching the video, you can see that I've shown the top of my website where the words Instant Divine Assistance will take you there as well. Speaking of healing, the Mars-Chiron trine smoothly supports both healing and wisdom sharing. It's a good time for healing modalities. Also, my Awakening Plus online membership supports your individual healing and awakening and global spiritual awakening, and lets you make meaningful connections with like-minded spiritual seekers. Hundreds of satisfied members make up our supportive online community. Awakening Plus members can choose from about a dozen monthly Zoom calls. We also have a constantly growing archive of over 600 life-transforming events supported by an easy-to-use best-of guide. Not only that, there are 3 major courses so far and plenty of other benefits to help speed up your personal evolution. Click the link in the show notes to learn more, or go to awakeningplus.com. That's awakening, Plus.com. You can learn fast and easy tools for awakening, healing, and more, gain wisdom from enlightening guests, and enjoy mind-bending ayahuasca stories. New episodes of Awaken, Heal, and Thrive, my other podcast, drop around the 9th and 23rd of each month. Check out the latest episode, Why I Give Thanks for the Challenges. Click the link in the show notes or search for Awaken, Heal, and Thrive wherever you get audio or video podcasts. Thanks for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. I also offer an unbeatable price on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn about all this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We're wrapping it up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you get this episode, so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. And be sure to check out my Instant Divine Assistance book and audiobook, and my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.